guy obviously needs no introduction. Dolph Ziggler, right? Former heavyweight champ, intercontinental champ, Money Bank ladder match champ. Okay, he's got 900,000 followers on Twitter, and I think they are all here today in the Windsor Star News Cafe. Let's give it up for Dolph! All right, man, 6 feet, 213 pounds, and that zigzag is vicious. Okay. This is the first time superstars like you are coming to a town like Windsor, and as you can see, we love our wrestling. What can the folks expect tonight at the WSCU Center?
Wow, yeah, that's a great ovation, great turnout tonight. WWE puts on such a great show. We love giving back to our fans with our live events, and as you can see, we have them all over the world, and you guys sound great, you sound rowdy, and the more fun you guys have tonight at the show, the more fun we're going to have performing for you guys. So, really appreciate it.
You guys know Alberto Del Rio on the card against Canada's own Christians, the Wyatt family, and of course Dolph himself. He's going to be there. It's going to be a kick butt show at the WFCU Center. Okay, man, we've all seen it. Okay, I hate to bring up sort of a sore spot here, but you got sort of Pearl Harbor by Dean Ambrose last week. Ryback laid the boots to you. Yesterday, Ryback laid the boots to you. What's up with that? What's that storyline? Can you take this guy down? And how do you feel about your place in the hierarchy and all this?
Wow, I feel like most importantly, I'm really good at wrestling. So when 2 or 3 people are involved in beating me down, I still give it a go because of how good I am. But I think the Ryback is kind of a bully guy. I get that, but also he's a superstar of the WWE. He's very capable, very strong, and anytime someone like the Shield or Dean Ambrose is involved, lately it seems like I'm either being jumped from behind or have to watch my back, or even if I'm trying to get even, I'm still getting taken out. So any chance I can get my hands on any of those guys one-on-one, I promise I will beat them down in front of each and every one.
69 days this year. You had the belt for 11 minutes and 23 seconds in 2011. How hungry are you for a title shot?
Oh man, I want it so bad. Yeah, 69 days. 0 title defenses. Unfortunately, I sat at home with a concussion for most of that time, which is very unfortunate, but everything I've worked for my entire career, and we did have that 11 minutes where I was handed a world title, but I didn't earn it, and I felt that I had earned this last one with all the hard work and everything that I had put into everything I've ever done in the WWE, and I was unfortunate that I lost it so quickly, but I promise you, I don't sleep at night waiting to get that world title back around my waist.
All right, dude, man, you're almost not home turf here, right? He grew up in Ohio, right? He's a lifelong. Let's give it up for the Detroit Red Wings. Myself, please don't give me the zigzag. I'm a Maple Leafs fan. A lot of love for the Wings in this town too, man. You can't go wrong. Alfred said, let's bring home the cup, guys.
Most importantly, hockey is fun to watch, right? We don't have to agree on the teams. We can enjoy watching some hockey. Jeez.
Exactly. And there's a little some chatter anyway about WrestleMania coming to Ford Field, maybe 2016. How about that?
I mean, that'd be great for me. I can visit my family in Cleveland and come right over here. It's a great wrestling town, great tradition. The fans, like the Red Wings fans who are banging on the glass, they're just like the WWE fans who they want the best and we want to give them the best. And the rowdier they are, the more fun we all have.
Okay, we're going to throw this out to the crowd in a second, but just sort of one last thing. On your Twitter bio, it says you're a stand-up comic who wrestles to pay the bills. So what's that all about?
I've been studying stand-up comedy for probably 20 years or so. I've been writing for about 5. and I've done stand-up 2 or 3 times, and actually looking forward to sneaking some comedy in here in Toronto, maybe Sunday night somewhere. It's about entertainment and making yourself a better superstar, and any chance I can take to get on a mic somewhere, get some mic time, or feel out a crowd, or give them a great experience, it only makes me that much better of a WWE superstar to get back to you guys.
Orange, right there.
If you had to pick one favorite hockey team, like which team would you pick?
Favorite hockey team?
Well, we mentioned 2 earlier and both got half boos. I'm going to throw you guys for a loop here. The Lake Erie Monsters are my favorite hockey team. The Colorado Avalanche minor league team, and it's so fun for me to go to the games, and they are in Cleveland, where actually my family's from. But watching Detroit, growing up as a kid, Detroit Red Wings are my favorite team to follow.
Yeah, and hey, here in Windsor, we're home back-to-back, of course, Memorial champs, Windsor Spitfires, OHL. They play the WFC.
Yes, I have. This last year was the first time I've ever been in there, and unfortunately, it doesn't make a lot of noise or move too much, but I don't know anything that's ever hurt worse than landing inside that cage and being thrown against it. The steel cage at least moves, and the chain links move around. These are sturdy like a ground floor, but it's like a chain link and metal ground, and falling off ladders doesn't compare to falling on that chain floor. So it hurts really bad, so enjoy the pay-per-view next time you see it.
Okay, over here, question from our friends in media.
Hello. This is a big wrestling town, Windsor. We've got a few events coming up. Big name legends, Jake the Snake, Scott Hall, and Kevin Nash coming in a couple months, or actually next month, I think. So I'm told.
October 19th.
There we go. That being said, this is a huge wrestling town, and Canadians are known for being rabid fans. I'm wondering what your take is on Canadian fans versus American fans.
The most controversial question of the night. It's WWE fans are WWE fans, period. But as we go around the country, around the world, as WWE expands globally in different countries, you get to see fans you wouldn't normally see maybe once a year, once every couple of years. But we're lucky enough to go. We get to go to Canada a few times a year. We get to go to the U.S. all over, 200-something shows a year. So Canada fans, like I was explaining earlier, it's almost like that's why I like the environment. It's like it's almost the hockey crowd where they're rabid. They want a good show. They want to see something great. And if they don't, they're going to let you know it. So that's what I built my entire career going, I'm going to give you what you want to see and make it that much better.
All right, this guy in the front row right there, dude. You.
What was the biggest match of your career?
Wow. Let's see here. I'll say my favorite and most meaningful one to me was, I think 3 years ago at the Royal Rumble, I got to face Edge for the World Heavyweight Championship. Not only was it one of my favorite matches ever, it was for the World Heavyweight Championship at the Royal Rumble, but it was someone like Edge who was a mentor to me for the last few years of his career here, and I actually got to be around him, drive with him, pick his brain, and find out why him, Christian, and Jericho are so good at this. And it's something special like that when you learn from someone one-on-one for so long, and then you get that match, and the crowd loved it, and I loved it, and it's one of my favorites of all time, period.
Right behind the dude in the orange shirt. You.
How do you feel about the Randy Orton and Ryan situation?
Good question, by the way. As much as me and Daniel Bryan are nowhere near similar people, I feel like we're in the same boat, as in some of us we love this so much, and we put our heart and soul into everything we do. And right now, Daniel Bryan is someone who's starting to get that recognition for what he does. And I see myself in a similar boat, even though we look nothing alike, obviously. But I also see, you know, Randy Orton right now is he's, according to Triple H, he is the face of the country. I didn't say according to me. But it's Triple H appears to have chosen Randy Orton. No matter what, we are going to make him our guy, and that's. I'm starting to side with Daniel Bryan more and more, saying, Triple H, you don't tell us who the guy is. The WWE Universe tells us who the guy is.
In the green, and then
Three very quick questions.
Three.
Why were you with AJ?
Good question. She seemed really nice. I appreciated that she, much like myself, had been a lifelong fan and wanted to do this since she was a kid, and you're both living out our dreams, so you know we kind of became friends because of that. What are your other two?
He gets a prize for that.
Yeah, absolutely. You gonna be able to top that one?
go ahead.
What was it like when AJ ripped up all your stuff?
You know, actually, it was kind of fun because I got to watch her break down mentally in front of all of you guys, which usually is just something private for myself at home. So it was really nice to see her going through all my stuff and all my pink underwear and everything. And luckily, you know, you guys all got to see, like, now you know why I'm not with her anymore. This third one has to do with AJ. I'm gonna love it. What do you got?
How was it like when Biggie Langston hit you?
That actually hurt really bad. He's really, really strong, and unfortunately, I've almost personally trained him for the last 6 months. As we've traveled around the world, I've taken him under my wing until he turned his back on me. So that hurts. Him and Ryback, I would say, are in the same category. When they hit you with something, that hurts so bad, and I'm underplaying it. That hurts really bad when those guys hit you.
Okay, right here.
There you go. So you've obviously had a few gimmicks over the years. You've done a few different things with your character. Who, out of all the legends, is the biggest influence, and what's the favorite thing you've done?
Wow.
Okay. Biggest influence, I would have to say Shawn Michaels would be my biggest influence. Aren't you guys supposed to boo him in Canada? No, he's. I was lucky enough to have him mostly full time for my first couple of years here before he eventually retired. But having his mind around and having questions and frustrations and things and going, why am I not in this place? Why am I not here? And having him say, hey, you either go for it or you don't. Or it was really inspirational to see the guy who I watched for years steal the show every single night, giving me pointers on how I could do it. What else did you say? I'm sorry.
I guess what would be your favorite thing? Out of all the things you've done over the years, what would be your favorite thing?
Windsor Star News Cafe. Aside from today, favorite thing that I've done, I'm going to go is cashing in the Money in the Bank briefcase after WrestleMania was, that was a truly special night for me and that awesome crowd and everything that they had been through with me. I'll never forget that.
In the back?
How is it facing the X? You guys are in a split spot.
Spirit Squad wise?
I was in
Do you have any AJ questions that you want to ask? Honestly, being in the ring with those guys, we got to do live events. We had about 3 or 4 months where we got to do Friday, Saturday, Sunday in the ring with a combination of either Shawn Michaels, Triple H, or Ric Flair, and that was mind-blowing for me. An incredible learning experience, and every night I just look up and go, I'm in the ring right now with Triple H, I'm in the ring with Shawn Michaels, I'm in the ring with Ric Flair, and that was truly a dream come true. So even though 5 cheerleaders eventually got beat up and thrown into a box and sent away, that was, I'll never take back that experience. That was unreal. I'd love to get in there one-on-one with those guys now, knowing that, I don't suck anymore and I'm really good at this, but that was awesome.
Yeah, Mickey!
A couple of years ago, you had
Filming yourself, Aston?
well,
It's okay, just ask it.
A couple of years ago, you had this thing with Vicky Guerrero. I'm just wondering, did anything go on with that? And one more question. Is anything going on with Caitlyn right now? Or?
I don't date everybody at work. Most of them, just not. No, Vicky Guerrero was awesome to work with. At the time when we were together, when she would come out and say, "Excuse me," sometimes 4 or 5 minutes would go by of nonstop booze before she could say another word. So, me being next to her, I thought that was the best thing ever. It was very professional. All my relationships in the WWE.
Okay, 9 p.m. last night. We got to give him a chance.
Oh yeah, come on.
Would you see yourself today as Nikki from the Spirit Squad, or do you see yourself as Dolph Ziggler as now?
If I'm reading that right, I see myself now. I'm pretty close to actually my real life self as Dolph Ziggler, but as Nikki, it was someone who still worked hard and tried hard, but was trying to be something that I wasn't. A cheerleader. That wasn't my thing. I played every sport you can imagine, all through grade school, high school, and everything. And cheerleading wasn't my forte, but going out there and trying to prove to everyone night in and night out that I could steal the show, whether on the main event or not, I think that's more up my alley right now.
How did you feel when AJ Lee kissed the CM Punk and Daniel Bryan?
Good question.
I'm seeing a pattern here.
Yeah. That was, before we were friends. So, at the time, I just thought she was just a regular crazy chick, doing her thing. And then I realized she was just some crazy chick doing her thing later. So, it didn't hurt my feelings at the time. I was busy. I don't know what I was doing, but I was busy.
Okay, lady, right over here.
Hi.
Hi.
This past Monday night, 4-year-olds got fired. What do you feel about that? Since the big man isn't here, I would love to hear what you think.
Yeah, that's another guy who I kind of see, we're not the same kind of person, but we're in a similar boat, as in we feel like we are the next generation of the face of the company, and someone who works hard like that, and if that was me, I would be crushed to just find out that your career is on the line one night against the WWE champion. And so I feel like he's young enough and talented enough to get back here at some point. I hope it's sooner than later, but being fired in the WWE is a big thing. There's not really much else. There's not really anywhere else you can go. You got to wait your time and try and come back. So I wish him the best. They mentioned he's getting married, so it's a really important part of his life. I don't know. I don't know that part. I do know he's getting married, and I find that to be very unfortunate to get fired around your marrying time. But I hope he's back soon. I feel like he will be. He's still a kid. He'll be back.
Who is your favorite wrestler When you were growing up.
Wow. Okay, growing up, I had a few. Who's yours?
John Cena.
Okay. That's not funny. Young man, your age, I love John Cena. That's cool. And right behind me, get a shirt on. When I was growing up, my favorites were Ric Flair, Mr. Perfect, Shawn Michaels, Rick Rude, Chris Jericho, Edge, Christian, those guys. I was a little bit old enough to know how good they were, as you know, a little bit older than you to realize how good they were as I was growing up, and I feel like that's the majority of the guys.
Over here, Beth.
This is for my son. All of a sudden, too shy.
Where is he? Where is he?
Could you say happy 16th birthday to him?
Hey, first of all, never be nervous. Do whatever you want to do. Happy 16th birthday. Thank you for coming by.
We have a special gift for you too. I'll grab it in a minute, okay?
Okay, in the back, you can wait and yell it though, please. No mic there.
Dolph, best decision was getting rid of AJ. She was taken away from you. Watching her was so fun. But who's your dream match in the future? Who do you want to destroy? And who you're fighting tonight? Those two.
I don't know who I'm fighting tonight. Last weekend, I remember I fought Big E. I don't know who I have tonight. In the future, I would like to see, you guys might not, me and Antonio Cesaro at some point. And I really...
And the streak?
Yeah!
I don't think I can end the streak.
Triple H?
I feel like, yeah, he's one of the people I've never been in the ring with before, The Undertaker. That would just be awesome, just to be across the ring from him, the entrance and everything. And but future-wise, like next year WrestleMania, I would love to see me and Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship.
Who's your favorite female wrestler and why?
Who's yours? AJ? She's a really good wrestler. I'm not going to pretend that she's not. She's good. I like watching the Funkadactyls do their entrance.
Yeah.
Caitlin's got a heck of a spear. That's pretty fun to watch. Bellas do a good entrance also. All time, Trish was always really fun to watch.
Okay, over here.
Hi, how are you? Hi, Dolph, how are you? When's John Cena coming back and he's going to kick your butt?
Why the hate?
Must be a loose sentence.
Yeah. I don't know when John Cena's coming back.
John Cena's fan, by the way.
Are you sure? I wish him a speedy recovery, but also with him recovering, it gives a chance for some younger guys to get more face time in the WWE, which is positive on both sides. And it's and I'm sure when he comes back, it'll be to a ruckus ovation because he is the franchise of the WWE, and it is great having him on our shows.
I'd like to see you in the live with you in the elimination chamber.
Just us in the chamber?
Yeah.
I don't know if we can hang.
Not bad.
Get ready.
Would it be okay if I take a picture with you?
When he's done, how's that?
You know what? As soon as we're done, you get the picture, yes.
Okay, how about Quebec Northeast in the back here?
How did you come up with your finisher?
I'm pretty athletic. and really I can jump high, I can move fast, I can do things well, and I was looking for something where I could utilize my leaping ability and actually bringing something down to the ground. So it just happened one day. It was a Russian leg sweep, side Russian leg sweep, if you guys know wrestling moves. We kind of do this deal, and I was like, oh, what if I jump really high? And then started putting people on their head, so it worked out.
My favorite move.
Thank you.
The zigzag?
Yes.
Yeah. Right here.
How's it going? My question is, Nick in the heel or face better?
Well, for 7 years of my 7.5-year career, I was a bad guy, and thought I was really good at it. I'm just getting around to being a good guy per se, and I'm getting used to it. So it's a learning process. I love being a bad guy. I love, in this day and age where there isn't just good guys and bad guys, we kind of blur the lines, and you know, I can be a jerk and somehow you guys still come to see a Q&A with me, which is awesome. So it's about being entertaining, and I found myself to be very entertaining as a bad guy, and slowly but surely I'm going to get really good at doing it this way.
Are you excited to be in Windsor?
Yeah, of course I am. Windsor, big show tonight. I can't wait.
And, what was your worst injury?
My worst, that's very easy, because I've really only been injured once, and I got a concussion maybe 2 or 3 months ago, and I had to sit at home for over a month. That's by far the worst thing that's ever happened to me, and it was bad timing, as I was the World Heavyweight Champion sitting at home also. So that's it. Luckily, I'm fully recovered, good to go, my head's clear, no girl to get in the way, everything's we're on our way.
Okay, so a couple more questions, and then I know you need to get on your way to Windsor Crossing, so a couple more questions, and then I'm going to get you to draw our prize, which part of it happens to be tickets to the Red Wings.
Whoa, can I win? Why boo hockey? You guys should love hockey. It's such a great time. Enjoy it.
This is my first time to see you. I got a question. What was your toughest competitor that you ever faced?
I'm going to say someone we haven't really mentioned today. It would be... What's that? Who? Oh, well, obviously, but... Sheamus was someone who I fought numerous times, and we've had some really, really fun matches, very physical, and he's my toughest because never once have I ever come close to beating him in all those matches.